The diner was a small, cozy place tucked at the corner of a sleepy street, its checkered floor gleaming faintly under the morning sun streaming through the windows. The scent of sizzling bacon and fresh coffee mingled, wrapping the space in a comforting warmth. Behind the counter, Emma moved with practiced ease, balancing trays of pancakes, eggs, and steaming mugs of coffee. Her apron was dusted with flour, her hair pulled neatly into a bun, and her smile radiated friendliness, masking the stress of long shifts. The door jingled sharply, cutting through the ambient chatter, and 3 men stepped inside. Their boots scuffed loudly against the floor, announcing themselves even before their dark eyes swept across the room. They slouched into a corner booth, their expressions twisted with amusement and menace. Emma felt the air shift instantly, the usual hum of the diner seemed to falter. She tried to keep her composure, wiping her hands on her apron, but a shiver ran down her spine. Something about the way they watched her, smirking and whispering, made the normally bustling diner feel unnervingly quiet. Emma approached the corner booth cautiously, her tray steady despite the tight knot forming in her stomach. "Coffee and eggs for you, sir," she said, placing the plate in front of the tallest man. His grin was sharp, almost predatory. "What'll it be, sweetheart?" he taunted, his voice dripping with mockery. The other 2 chuckled, leaning forward, their eyes scanning her every movement as if daring her to react. The harassment escalated quickly. One reached out to tap her arm under the guise of a joke, while the others whispered crude comments just loud enough for her to hear. Emma's face flushed, but she forced a polite smile, nodding and retreating to the counter. Behind her, a few diners exchanged worried glances, shifting uncomfortably in their seats. The atmosphere, once lively and warm, now felt heavy and oppressive, like the air itself had thickened. Emma tried to breathe steadily, pretending everything was normal, yet each step she took was accompanied by the silent hope that someone, anyone, would intervene. The laughter from the booth grated on her nerves, echoing through the diner like a warning. Just as Emma wiped her hands on her apron, trying to steady her racing heart, the diner door swung open with a loud, commanding jingle. A group of bikers strode in, leather jackets creaking, boots thudding against the floor. The faint rumble of their motorcycles outside seemed to follow them inside, reverberating through the diner like a low warning. Conversations halted abruptly, and all eyes turned toward the newcomers. The bikers didn't speak at first. They moved with an effortless confidence, spreading out across the room as if claiming silent authority. Their eyes scanned the diner, noting the tables, the patrons, and finally, the corner booth where the 3 thugs sat, now noticeably stiffening under the unspoken scrutiny. One of the bikers, tall and broad-shouldered, leaned against the counter, his gaze fixed calmly but piercingly on the harassers. The shift in energy was palpable, the oppressive tension that had clung to the air lifted slightly, replaced by a quiet but formidable presence. Emma exhaled slowly, barely daring to hope, sensing that something, or someone, was about to change the balance of power in the diner. The thugs, laughter faltered as the tallest biker stepped forward, his boots heavy on the linoleum floor. "You boys picking on someone weaker than you." His voice was low, calm, yet carried a weight that made the corner booth feel smaller, tighter. The 3 men exchanged uneasy glances, their bravado evaporating under the biker's steady gaze. Sweat glistened on their foreheads as the room held its breath. The diner now a stage for an unspoken standoff. Emma's hands shook behind the counter, relief and fear mingling in her chest. The bikers didn't rush or raise their voices. Their mere presence, the silent authority in their posture, was enough to dismantle the thugs' intimidation. One of the men finally muttered an excuse, grabbing his coat as the others followed, shuffling toward the door. The bell jingled sharply again as they fled, leaving a tense silence in their wake. Emma exhaled, a trembling smile spreading across her face as she approached the bikers, gratitude shining in her eyes. They returned to their seats, calm and composed, ordering coffee and chatting quietly. Their presence lingered like a protective shadow, reminding everyone that sometimes, help arrives in unexpected forms, and just in time.